Are you planning to buy your first Android box pero you are worried that you would end up crying dahil a seller has fooled you into believing that you are getting the best Android box at a very cheap cost? But in reality, what is written on the box is totally fake. Yan ang pinakamasakit na pwedeng mangyari sa isang aspiring Android user na tipong napunta sa wala ang kanyang pinag-ipunang pera. Well, in this video, hihimayin natin ng maigi kung paano malalaman ng mga fake Android boxes na naglipa na sa mga online shops. Let's go! Ang mga Android boxes have been one of the best-selling gadgets during the surge of pandemic. Why is it so? Because it helped to overcome boredom and stress while staying at home. For those who are not familiar with an Android box, it is simply a device that has an Android operating system na i-connect mo sa iyong ordinary TV to make it smarter. You can play games, watch stream videos like Netflix or YouTube, and even watch live channels via the internet. Simply put, it converts your ordinary TV into an entertainment hub. You can know more about Android boxes by simply clicking the link provided. Due to the popularity of Android boxes, many manufacturers and even resellers are trying to fake out the specs of lower-powered Android boxes to make them marketable to the masses. A buyer will always want a superior processor, a bigger RAM, and storage that his money could possibly buy. So kapag ang isa ay nakakita ng 16GB of RAM at 256GB na storage sa halagang $20 or 1,000 pesos,
oh my God! Wow!
Sino ba naman ang hindi mapapabili sa ganong box? Yan ang common pitfall sa mga first buyers ng mga Android boxes. The question is, how can you avoid buying a fake Android box? Isa-isahin natin ang mga ito. Your first line of defense sa pagiging biktima ng mga fake products is to do your product research before buying. Kung bibili ka ng isang item, make sure that you start off your research on the most popular brands for that product. And from there, magkakaroon ka na ng idea how much it will cost. So, let's apply that sa mga Android boxes. Sa ngayon, the most popular high-end Android box is the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro, which costs around $200 kung bibilin mo siya sa US at 14,500 pesos kung bibilin mo siya dito sa Pilipinas. It is packed with NVIDIA Tegra X1 processor, a 16GB of storage and 3GB of RAM. Why is it so expensive? That's because of its very fast processor suited for gaming and heavy use. And it is from NVIDIA, top maker of graphics card for computers. So we know it's one of the best that we can have. Then we have the popular mid-range Android box, and that is the Mi Box S4K Ultra, priced at around $70 if you're buying in the US, or around 3,000 pesos kung dito naman sa Pilipinas. It has an A53 processor, 8GB of storage, and 2GB of RAM. Why is it cheaper? That's because it utilizes a less expensive processor and has lower RAM and storage. So, from this information alone, may idea ka na kung ano ang mga ina-expect mong price. Ang tanong kakagat ka pa ba sa Android box na may 16GB na memory at 256GB na storage na nagkakahalaga lamang ng 1,000 pesos?
What?
Second, gather as many feedbacks as you can para dun sa product na gusto mong bilhin. A super duper mega high specifications which is just written on paper does not always translates to actual performance in the real world. Ang ganda nga ng specs sa box pero sablay naman sa totoong buhay. So it is very important na malaman mo ang user experience ng mga nakabili na nito. If you are buying from Amazon, Lazada, or Shopee, read all the feedbacks, not only the good ones. Well, ang bottom line lang nito is, the more user feedback you collect, the stronger your decision becomes. If you are into social media, join groups that discuss about Android boxes. Most often, the group will share their knowledge for you to get informed and make wise decisions in your purchase. Sabi nga nila, two heads are better than none. The more opinions you get, the more educated you become. Just make sure na huwag makipag-away sa mga discussions and always respect each other's post. Third, use available validation tools that can detect the real chipset of an Android box. Examples nito are the device info HW, CPU Z, IDA64 or RAM truth. Let me show you how to use one. We will be using the device info HW application in particular para may idea ka what information it generates. So far, I have a total of 3 MXQ Pro 4K Android boxes. I have validated these 2 boxes already and found out na totoo ang kanilang specifications, so let's just put them aside. For the purpose of this demonstration, I will be validating the specs of this very controversial box. It is another variant of MXQ Pro 4K 5G na naglipa na sa mga online shops. In the box, it states that it has an Android 10.1 operating system, 8GB of RAM, and 128GB of storage. Nakuha ko ito sa napakamurang halaga na 629 pesos. From the very start, I know that this can be a fake product as it is very unlikely that this device will have this crazy specifications sa kanyang murang halaga. I bought this intentionally for the sake of doing this video, to prove that it is really fake. Well, naging tama nga ba ang aking hinala? Let's all find out. To proceed with this activity, first download the device info HW from the Play Store. Once the installation is finished, launch it. Wait for a few seconds until the app has completely detected your chipset. Once done, you can browse the information about the device. In the General tab, kita na kaagad na fake ang kanyang operating system. It only runs Android 7.1 and not Android 10 as specified in the box. And the RAM size is only 1GB, which is far different sa kanyang declared RAM sa box niya na 8GB. The flash size or the storage size is only 8GB. Napakalayo sa kanyang declared size na 128GB. Makikita mo rin dito kung anong klaseng Wi-Fi chip meron ka. For this case, it detects an ESP8089. And this is how the Wi-Fi chip inside the device looks like. It's pretty precise so far. Let's proceed naman to the SoC tab. SoC stands for System on a Chip, and this will indicate the exact model of your processor. As you can see, it detects a rack chip RK3228A. Which is pretty accurate dahil ito ang hitsura ng actual processor sa loob ng device nung tinanggal ko ang heatsink nito. So far, those are the only information that matter if you are checking the authenticity of an Android box. However, you are free to browse the other tabs if you are curious about your device. It is worthy to mention that I have chosen to use the device info HW application in this video as I find it more accurate in detecting the Android version and the actual model name of the processor. However, there are also other alternatives such as the CPU Z, which has an online validation tool which validates the authenticity of your Android box information. This can be accomplished by clicking the About tab and click the Online Validation. Enter your name and click Enter. Your system will be validated online and you will see the validation report via your web browser. You can also try IDA64 and RAM truth. Operating all these applications is basically easy and straightforward, so do not be afraid to use them. That's it! By using the information that came from the application, you will now be confident about the real specs of your Android box. If you are buying from a particular seller, just ask about the validation info of the Android box they are selling. This way, you will know what chipset you'll be getting from him when you order. If they cannot provide that, chances are they are selling fake boxes. It is now up to you to take the risk. Alright, that ends my video. I hope may natutunan kayo. Be always on the lookout so you will not fall victim of fake products. Be wise and stay safe. Stay tuned to the channel for more helpful videos. Alright, that's it for now. Hanggang sa muli mga ka-frugal. This is Lawrence and have a good day.